Today's session of the CrossFit Malibu workout preview is brought to you by Modern Times, Coffee Nitro, Black House Blend. Keep it refrigerated and keep it cool. So we're gonna go through this workout briefing for Friday, May 15th. And I'm happy to say it is the benchmark workout called Helen. 3 rounds for time, a 400-meter run, 21 American kettlebell swings, and 12 pull-ups. It should be short, it should be intense. The whole idea is to try and finish this thing in around 10 minutes. The faster people in the group are gonna finish in a couple minutes faster than that, with times being in maybe the 8 and 9 minute range. Any of you that are gonna row or ski, because you have the aspect of holding on to something, rowing, skiing, even biking, it's going to tax your grip a little bit more, and it's going to be more difficult to get in your kettlebell swings and your pull-ups unbroken. Although that is a goal for today. I'll get back to that for now. But if you're going to run 400 meters, that run should be fast every single time. It would be nice if the run was at the end so that you could sprint to the finish, but it's not. So the goal is to try and run pretty hard the first one and try in round 2 to really stick with that pace. People tend to slack off in round 2 and then try and push the pace in round 3, but by that time there's not, you can't do it. So the goal is here, medium fast on round 1 run, try and beat round 1's running pace on round 2, and then the third one is just hold on. Okay, the numbers for ski are 450 meters. For a row, it's 500 meters, and for bike, we're going to go with 0.7 miles if you're a more powerful athlete, and if you're slightly on the less powerful side, you're going to go with a 0.6 mile bike. Of course, same thing goes for if you row a little less powerfully, and if you're going to be going at a 2-minute, 30-second pace for 500, you'll probably lower that to a 400-meter row. So that takes care of the quote-unquote cardio piece to start us off with. Then we go to the kettlebell swings. You had a workout earlier this week. It was actually on a Tuesday, I know because I see it right here, with a mandatory 40 kettlebell swing unbroken. Late last week, which was Friday, you had 3 sets of unbroken kettlebell swings at 75, 60, and 45 repetitions, with the kettlebell that prescribed is the same load as we're going to be using on Friday. American swings, heavy kettlebell, 21 reps. What do you think I'm going to say? Unbroken. You have to get them unbroken, right? Get them unbroken. If you have a kettlebell that's too heavy for you, quote unquote too heavy, something that you really weren't able to get the kettlebell swings on Friday or Tuesday unbroken for a reason of not strong enough, then you can go with a Russian swing and get it unbroken, right? But that is the idea, is to get this unbroken. Just like 12 pull-ups, if you're doing prescribed chin over bar pull-ups, you should be able to get 12 unbroken. Now, today, or I should say tomorrow for Helen, just because you can doesn't mean you should. It might be better off getting in 3, 3, 3, 3, rather than getting an 11 in a row and then having to wait for a minute to get your final 12th pull-up. So you might be breaking those up based on getting them done in chunks rather than having to wait a long time. But kettlebell swings, at this point, a workout with 63 kettlebell swings, if you have to do all 63 of them unbroken, then you should be able to do it. So the goal, it's not even a goal, it's a given. Do your kettlebell swings unbroken. Thank you. The pull-ups, one modification that you'll need for those of you that don't have a pull-up bar, the modification is drive to the hardware store. Oh, sorry, it's closed. Or it's closing in 1 minute. Hardware store is closed. Get some materials to build yourself a pull-up bar or a place to hang some rings. But the modification really is, it's a bent over row. Like it's boring, right? Hinging at the hip, you've got to hang onto the kettlebell, and it's a pull into the rib cage. It's 12 of those per arm part of that is punishment for not having a place to do pull-ups. Sorry about that. It's the 21st century, or maybe it's the 22nd century. That always threw me off. Like, is 0 through 100, is that the first century? So you gotta get 12 on your right and 12 on the left. So that's a little bit more time consuming than 12 pull-ups. It's probably easier, strength per body weight than the 12 pull-ups are, but it'll take a little bit more time. So 12 on the right, 12 on the left. In fact, if you want to do 6 right, 6 left, 6 right, 6 left, it's 24 bent over rows. Brace yourself and pull. Got it. The only thing I want to talk about now is to draw your attention to past workouts. And I go to the CrossFit Malibu website and I zoom in over here on the search button and I typed in Helen, and this is what comes up. Tuesday, April 7th, we did Ava plus Helen. Remember those long runs? If I click on that, it goes back to everything, right? What the workout was. Oh, look, bent over rows. We did that. But we did 3 rounds for time of 30 kettlebell swings, 30 pull-ups, right? That's more. So let me go back here and find when we did Helen most recently. Not quite a year ago, right? Right here. July 25th, 2019. Oh, look, we did it in May 7th. So about a year ago, we did Helen. You're not going to have an apples to apples comparison because you're not doing it here at CrossFit Malibu, but it still should give you some sort of perspective on what your Helen time is like, your comparison date. Okay, that's the workout for Friday. Hope you enjoy it. And again, it was brought to you by, I don't know what I did with that can, just slightly over caffeinated. Brought to you by CrossFit Malibu.